Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it's me, Mike Meyer, and welcome to Tennis Inside Out. It's the first of two semifinals in the men's singles Miami Open for 2026. Jerzy Lehečka will be taking on FILS. These two players have come so far, and man, have they deserved it. Lucky in the top half of the draw that Carlos Alcaraz was knocked out, just opening up the door for any person who was hungry enough to get into the semifinals. And let's admit it, these two have deserved to come all the way to this point. I'm going to take you through the route to the semifinals, each player. I want to look at the head-to-head results, and I'm going to give you my lowdown on how I think this match is going to end up. So let's start with Jerzy Lehečka. Won 4 matches. The seed began in the second round with a bye. Took on a Frenchman, Mayoze Kaome. He's a youngster. He's probably got a bright future as well. But my goodness, Lehečka won that first set 6-2 and close the second set 7-5. Granted him a spot in the third round. He went on to take the American Ethan Quinn and won 6-3, 7-6. In the fourth round, did a tremendous job taking out the home favorite Taylor Fritz in 3 sets, winning the first set 6-4, lost a tie break in the second set 7-6, and then went on in the third set to win 6-2. By this point, Jerzy Lehečka hadn't hit a single double fault. That's how good he was serving. First serve, so many aces, but the second serve's deadly. And against with the biggest surprise of the tournament, the qualifier Martin Landaluce, Lehečka managed to beat the Spaniard in straight sets. Very, very close. Obviously, 7-6. 7-5, but he's now in the semifinals for the first time and will probably look for inspiration to his fellow countryman Menchik, who last year took out FILS and then beat Djokovic in the final. So yeah, let's see how he's going to perform today. If I move on to FILS, in the first round, he took on also a youngster Blanche, winning 6-2, 6-3. In his second match, he took on the Greek Stefanos Tsitsipas and absolutely demolished the single-hand backhand player 6-love, 6-1. In the third round, he took on Valentin Vachereau and had a far closer match. There, he won in 3 sets, 6-4, lost the second set, 7-6, and then came back in the third set to win 6-4. But I think people are still talking about this quarterfinal against Tommy Paul. Not a single game was broken. FILS had, I think, 2 breakpoint opportunities, but couldn't break Tommy Paul. Tommy Paul couldn't break FILS, and what a scoreline. FILS lost the first set 7-6. He won the second set 7-6. And in the third set, deciding tiebreak, FILS won, being 6-2 down, 4 match points behind, to win 6 points in a row and book himself a spot in this semi-final. These two have played on 3 occasions, and FILS has got the better of the Czech. Each encounter has been on hard court. Just seeing the players getting ready to walk on court any moment now. The first encounter, let's start with the first encounter. Back in 2024, it was the round robin phase between Czech Republic and France. And there, FILS got the better of Lehečka, losing the first set 7-6, came back to win 7-5, 6-4. So there definitely breaks in that second set. 2025, Lehečka leveled it up, beating FILS in the Masters 1000 in Canada, round of 32, hard court, losing the first set 6-3, came back to win 6-3, 6-4. But the most recent is probably the one that counts. And in 2026 in Doha, in the quarterfinal, FILS won 6-3, 6-3. Man, does that guy have a forehand. He packs that forehand with power and is deadly. He's looking confident, FILS. He is quick around the court. I just like the way he plays. He's a loose cannon. Still remember him demolishing his racket after getting annihilated in the final by Carlos Alcaraz in Doha this year. He has a tendency to do that, but if you just push that all aside and look at the skill of what he brings on court, you just have to admire this youngster. I think he's got a great chance of winning this match. Lehečka will probably have something else to say. Most definitely. Probably serving his best right now. He had a long injury last year, 2025. And he's come out of it. Took a long time to get into this, into the rhythm. But the season 2026 has started not too bad. This has definitely been his best run. He's never been to a final of a Masters 1000. And you got to think, both of these players must be so hungry to win this match. I said it earlier when I started speaking, how I think with Carlos Alcaraz being pushed aside, everybody thought this is the moment. In the top half of the draw, this has to be my chance. And we've funneled probably the best two players since Alcaraz has been knocked out into the semifinals. I think we're going to see some big tennis here. My feeling is that FILS is probably going to win it. Dare I say, in straight sets. But I think if you can get an early break, which might be difficult, Lehečka is just serving so well. He's only hit 2 double faults, and that was in his last game against the Spaniard, Landaluce. He's returning well. I think that's, my favorite to win this match is probably going to be FILS. And I'm just looking in the chat. a lot of love in the chat. Hi, Jory. How's everyone doing? I want to start a poll. Let me do this earlier, now than later. Let me see. Considering that, yes, I want to see what you guys think. Phrase it a little bit differently today. Who is going to progress to this year's Miami Open final? It's going to be a tough one. I think that one result against Tsitsipas as well, FILS just played so well. 6-love, 6-1. Incredible. Cast your vote. Let me know what you think. I just wonder as well, though, Zverev and Sinner on the other side. Sinner probably looks like the bet out of the two to progress. Can Lehečka or Atrofis create a huge upset and beat any of those players on the other side? These two are on the top half of the singles draw. Zverev and Sinner at the bottom half. Maybe it's all depending on how they're going to play today. But you know how it is. On the day, anything can happen. I just hope that both these players are going to bring the best out of one another. That would just be spectacular. My feeling, I'm leaning towards the Frenchman. I think if he can use his forehand a lot, probably use his backhand as well. If Lehečka is going to be going on that side to get an opportunity to use his forehand, if his forehand is cooking today, I think it's going to be very difficult for Lehečka. Lehečka hasn't been returning too bad himself, but the way Atrofis deals with the first serve on the first return has been impressive. He's brave. I think slightly braver than Lehečka, to be honest. Lehečka is happy to just block it back, build up the point, and attack the second serve. But here's a man on form. Both really on form. Oh my goodness. I don't think anyone could have betted that this would have happened. These two players being in the semifinals of the Miami Open 2026. My goodness. Starting to warm up their serves. I think I remember seeing a stat that Atrofis has the most powerful forehand on tour, and that's what I mean. If he can, if he can get that forehand cooking today, yeah, there's going to be nothing stopping him. And Lehečka will feel the pressure. Very dynamic player as well. He sees the opportunities with that type of play, having aggressive forehands, ground strokes in general. He can push his opponent back, and he will go for those drop shots. He's a risky player. He'll take his chances, and yeah, he's the type of player that has that attitude: no risk, no fun. He definitely, man. I don't know if you have seen that highlight, but 6-2 down in the final tiebreak of the third set yesterday against Tommy Paul, and to come back and win that 8-6, unbelievable. And he played well. But he's playing a different player now. It's not Tommy Paul. He's playing Lehečka, and they know each other. They know each other over many years. It's going to be an interesting one. So, all right. FILS is more the favorite to win this with a 61% chance. I see the first votes are coming in. Thank you. It's nice. I think it's big. I can imagine when they're flicking for serve, If they're winning the ball toss, either one of them will pick serve. Gonna find out now any second who it is, and then I can indicate it to you guys. Oh, that's a big one. Atrophis to serve first. Been showing the new balls. Oh, why am I so nervous? Exciting stuff. Here we go. First serve. Out wide, returns deep on the backhand near the baseline. They're in a backhand cross-court duel. Backhand down the line from Lehečka, more in the middle of the court. And the forehand cross-court goes out. Looking quite casual right now. Probably just both of them want to get into the rhythm. First serve out wide, lands in the tram lines. Kick into the backhand, return cross-court, found good depth. Love 30. Keep in mind, Atrophis wasn't able to break Tommy Paul in that quarterfinals. And wasn't able, and didn't lose his service game as well. There's that first serve, returns a bit short. Hesitant to move forward, Feast. He had an opportunity. Lehečka, double and backhand in the net, 15-30. First serve, and clips the top of the net and bounces back to his side. Second serve a little bit into the body of Lehečka. They're in a backhand cross-court duel. Inside out forehand, looking aggressive from Lehečka. Goes down the line with the backhand now. They're in a forehand cross-court duel. And Feast hits his forehand in the net. First breakpoint opportunities of this match. Oh, and this is really early. Little shrug of the right shoulder from the Frenchman. He's going to have to brush this off really quickly. Needs to be precise with that first serve. And powerful. Still goes into the forehand. Only 160 miles per hour. Inside out backhand winner with angle. Wow. No risk, no fun, I said. First serve down the middle of the court. Oh, returned very well again from Lehečka. That double hand backhand was just long. That's big. Mentally, that was important to get back to deuce. Second serve. Kick into the forehand. Aggressive return. Forces an unforced error. Probably a little bit forced with all that power. Lehečka unleashed with his forehand. Third breakpoint opportunity, and it's the first game. Oh, that's a big serve. Great returning from Lehečka. Oh, FILS had to slide on the forehand side, only chipping his forehand down the line. Oh, leaning backwards, completely lost control of that forehand. Lehečka gets the first game, and it's a break game. It'll be a short changeover. Oof, don't have much time to think what's going to happen. But they have to come up with he has to come up with a game plan now. FILS, if Lehečka wins his service game, I think mentally, if he does it convincingly as well, and mentally he's going to be in the driving seat to take that first set. Serve in the net. Good aggressive forehand, return in the middle of the court, and FILS is trying to go big, just missed the inner tram line with the forehand. 15 love. FILS trying to spread Lehečka, double hand backhand is the weaker side. And that's something that FILS will know and will try to exploit. Great first serve down the tee. The return doesn't make it over the net. Just made it over the service line on Atrofis' side. Oh, first serve, ace down the middle of the court. I've predicted this. Very unusual that a player so consistent through the rounds, hitting with great accuracy, high percentage of first serves going, lots of aces, all of a sudden just has a bad day. Well, not the first serve, it's short on the service line, goes hard down the line, and wow, that double hand backhand was more hit and hope from Atrofis. It's 2 love. Love 2. Atrofis will serve the third game of this set. First serve. Out wide is an ace. 15 love. Needs a few more of those. Oh, but that was like 1 millimeter in. First serve down the middle of the court is returned in the middle of the court. Lehečka. First serve into the body on the backhand side. Looked like it was returned out. Good backhand down the line from Atrofis. 40 love, 3 game points. Oh my goodness, that was just a reaction. Single hand backhand down the line. I think he apologized because it wasn't really intended. Serve and volley. Volley down the middle of the court. Oh, good angle from Lehečka. Winning that point. Passing shot. on the backhand side of FILS. Just want to see that footwork. It wasn't a proper split step. The weight was going onto his right foot. I think lucky for Lehečka. There was a slight smile on FILS' face. I think he knew. Didn't quite get the timing right. Let first serve. Big first serve down the middle. It's got to be put away for a winner. Crush that forehand down the line. FILS is finally on the board. He gets his first game. But Lehečka is in the driving seat. Losing the first service game, the opening service game, sometimes sets the precedent, especially for Lehečka now breaking FILS. He might feel the confidence, and he'll feel confident in doing it again. Why not? He just did it. It was a little bit easier from FILS holding this last game. Thank you for voting. I see it's swinging the whole time. Backhand cross-court duel. Lehečka finding more width, forcing the Frenchman to slice his backhand cross-court and out. Not only a big serve that can win you matches, it's what you do thereafter. Obviously, it's great if you can get one, maybe two aces a game. Odds are going to be more in your favor. But in today's age, brilliant timing. Absolutely stunning from Lehečka. Lehečka has to retake his ball toss. And they're in the rally. Big forehand down the line from Lehečka. Try to change it up, but great control from FILS with the double hand backhand cross court. Wow. Good counter attack. First serve out wide, single hand backhand return from FILS in the net, 40-15. consistency that counts. He's got the power, Lehečka. He's got the precision, and he's just turning it over and over to his advantage. Drop shot from Lehečka. Oh, too good. FILS could not get there. It's 3-1. First out wide, return in the middle of the court. Backhand just popped up a little bit from FILS, and it allowed Lehečka to drive that backhand down the line. FILS could not control his forehand back. He's hitting a few unforced errors now in each game. Forehand, it's letting the Frenchman down a little bit right now. There's a great serve. He's down the middle, through the center, misses Fenter. Let me see if I can get this right. Maxien Feinson. Does he need to win this game? Oh, yes. If he wants to try to win this set, he's definitely going to have to win this game. If you're talking about the match, well, both players are fighting to win this match, to get to the final of Miami Open. FILS just happy to move Lehečka around left and right, and eventually Lehečka's single-hand backhand lob is long. 30-15. Yeah. If any one of these players loses, they're out of the tournament. Then they're going home. They have to pack their bags and move on to the next tournament, wherever that may be. Good first serve, down the middle of the court, forehand return, bottom of the net, 40-15. A little bit better by FILS. That looked like a let. These are all knockout matches. Serve out wide is an ace. Clenching of the fist to his coach, reminding him he's still in for the fight. It's a bit better. It's the second game now in a row that FILS has won. He was 40-15 up and then finished off the game. Just that first one looked shaky. I don't know who won the ball toss. I can only imagine that both these players are serving so well that if either one of them had to win the toss, they would have chosen to serve, surely. FILS lost the first game, and that definitely gave the advantage to the Czech, Jiří Lehečka. And I've been so impressed with his serve. In the first three games, second round, third round, fourth round, he didn't hit a single double fault. And if I'm correct, I think the numbers were 23 aces. 23 aces, not a single double fault. He's got some fantastic stats, Lehečka, for this 2026 campaign. Just look at that. Only 13 double faults, and that's in 3 months. 3 months of playing so many tournaments, so many matches. My goodness. Do the math. That's like, yeah, what is that? Four double faults a month? Impressive. Yeah, just look, there we go. There's that average forehand speed. Oh, 85 miles per hour. Atrofis is in first place. Then Diallo, Fonseca, Darderi is tied in fourth with Cerundolo. I thought Cerundolo would be up there. Lehečka is further down the list. In the end, power doesn't give you wins. Power of the mind also very important. Lehečka, good serve out wide. FILS respecting that serve probably too much. Chipped it short. Good footwork for Lehečka to get around the backhand side. Inside in, forehand, wrong footing FILS for the winner. 15 love. First serve out wide. Again, chipped short. Inside out forehand this time from Lehečka, and double hand backhand half volley was hit long. Every time Atrofis wins the point, showing his fist. Serve out wide. Again, Lehečka comes forward. What a double hand backhand passing shot, cross court. Lehečka probably just a little too slow to move forward. Oh, goodness. The placement as well, but the footwork always fired up. First serve out wide, return better, pushing Lehečka back. Great response from Lehečka. It's probably the second or third time now I've seen Atrofis leaning back on the forehand, mishit it, and went flying out. It didn't bounce in the frame of the camera, so that was really far out. Trying to get aggressive with a forehand cross-court Lehečka. FILS looking more defensive. There, he's changing it up now. Inside out forehand. Oh, good forehand from Lehečka, forcing the backhand slice from FILS. Game point. This is probably the toughest game that Lehečka has had till now, even though he's getting those first serves in. Kick out wide, cross-court return. They're in a backhand cross-court duel. Again, Lehečka clips the top of the net. It's getting very close. Oh, now tries to change it up. Beautiful winner from FILS down the line. Taking it to deuce. Maybe for the first time, Lehečka will be feeling the pressure. Just a little bit too slow. Looking at the replay to come back to the recovery position. Lehečka wrong-footed, but that power from FILS, just being indicated on the screen. Serve and volley attempt. Beautiful backhand volley. FILS with all the speed around the court. Could not get there. Advantage. Another game point. First serve, hitting the top of the net cord and bouncing way out. Second to the body, forcing FILS to pick a side. He chose the backhand. Forehand down the line from FILS, backhand down the line. From the check, FILS hits his forehand in the net. 4-2 for Lehečka. Goes to his bag, gets a new racket out. Removing the plastic tape around his grip, and he's on his way back to the baseline. First serve onto the backhand, returns a bit short. FILS goes for it. He's at the net. Beautiful backhand volley winner down the line. It's that type of intensity that Arthur FILS brings on court. It also gives him that edge. He strikes fear into his opponents. Misses the first serve. Not the quickest, but there was swing on the ball. Oh, it's a double fault. Hits the top of the net and it goes out, landing between the service line and the baseline. It's quite far out, probably indicating how much power he actually put in. 114 mile per hour second serve. So he's feeling confident. He's really going for his serves. I missed the tee down the middle of the court. Second serve again. Wow, what a backhand return winner. Inside in from the deuce side. 15-30. Good timing with the preparation. Short backswing. And the confidence was really in the follow through. Timing was beautiful, right in the center of the racket. Inside in forehand from FILS. Good forehand slice in defense. Tries with a backhand slice. Lehečka gets it in the net. Too much pressure from the Frenchman. 30-all. Why can you not hear me? I can't hear you. Forehand cross-court winner from Arthur FILS. 40-30. Kick out wide. Backhand return, cross-court. Put the Frenchman under pressure. Couldn't control his backhand down the line. Both players are being pushed to the max on their service games. It's an indication that they are returning well. FILS is already on 10 winners. Lehečka 5. Unforced errors from Lehečka. Only 2. Arthur FILS 8. For Lehečka, I think they're both on the backhand side, the unforced errors. Forehand's looking good today. Oh, wow. What a return. What a return. Cross-court with the forehand. Wasn't cleanly hit, but the intention was there. He already picked his spot. He knew what he wanted to do with that return. Gosh, he's returning really well against Arthur FILS. 130 mile per hour serves played back. Double hand backhand in the net from Arthur FILS. It's a break. Incredible. Lehečka 5-2 ahead. And I know that look from the Frenchman. The fire is building up in his belly. And he's trying to stay calm. I said that earlier on. He can be a loose cannon. He's the type of player, unfortunately, that needs to release all that frustration and anger. He takes it out on the racket many times. And he can come out with even the best tennis after he's done that. All the problems will come back later to haunt him. There will be warnings, probably fines, but sometimes it's needed for players. Not that I'm advocating it, hear me out. I'm just explaining that I've seen it happen, and it just allows them to switch into focus mode. And he's just looking way too calm now. I think it's starting to boil up inside. Albert, Joshua Alexander, hello to you too. Thank you for writing in the chat. You must excuse me. Have you already been here before? Have you watched me stream live? Just arrived. Strange score. I thought it would be closer. Me too. Me too. I've been thinking even today. I mentioned as well, FILS is my favorite to go through to the next round. But you can't count him out. Blocked back. FILS is standing too far back. That was a great forehand. Lehečka's forehand is just deadly and precise. 15 all. Oh, just right. Yesterday. Oh, okay. Dr. Storytell. Okay. Oh, good to see you again. Oh, what an ace. Down the middle of the court. 30-15, creeping closer to closing off this first set. First serve percentage 1.175% for Lehečka, 66 for FILS. And that forehand inside in was long. I would consider that an unforced error, probably the first one now on Lehečka's forehand side. 30 all. Another ace from the due side down the middle of the court, sets himself up for set point. And we've just gone past half an hour. Each player with 3 aces now up to this point. First serve out wide to the backhand. Well returned from FILS, trying to pack the power now. The forehand goes long, and it's 6-2. Lehečka more consistent. Well. Interesting, from the stats on your screen, FILS has more titles. Yeah. And he's younger. They are even enough with aces. True, but just look at those double faults. I mean, Lehečka is impressing me. I didn't really take notice of that back in Doha, most recent tournament where these two last met. And yeah, I didn't really take notice of that, but with this tournament, I think getting so far, reaching the quarterfinals, probably because Carlos Alcaraz was knocked out early. I was looking deep into the stats, and his first 3 matches, he didn't hit a single double fault, and yeah, 24 aces. That's incredible. Reaching the quarterfinals, he didn't even hit a single double fault. And he's serving well. I mean, he's not pushing his second serve. He's got it all. Sometimes I've even seen him ace with the second serve. What happened to FILS? Is he tired from the Tommy Paul match? Double faults noted. Wow. Very good point. I mean, that was long. That was just under 3 hours. I think if I remember correctly, 2 hours and 52 minutes to be very precise. I mean, that type of match can just inject so much positivity and confidence into a player, but it probably took a toll on him. He's moving well around the court. I mean, let's be honest as well, he's 21 years old, so he should be able to recover. With all modern technology, ice baths, I mean, they're all doing it now. It helps significantly. Probably took it easy with warm-ups and training. Nothing technical, probably getting match ready. But very, very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, Lehečka had a more comfortable quarterfinal, even though that was very close. Very, very close. So Lehečka still sitting on his bench, and camera zoomed in to Arthur FILS' bench, and he's just looking very invisible right now. No, he's gone off the court. What is he doing? Trying to put off the check, get him off his rhythm. A lot of time players come back and they just play better. Usually Lehečka gets on his feet. Not certain why he went off, if it's a toilet break or for medical reasons, medical timeout, a mental timeout. There's no such thing, but that's probably, he needs to change something, because 6-2 looks like a bit of a walk in the park for his opponent. The check has been consistent. He's been so good. Probably tallied up 3 unforced errors, 1 on the forehand. I only remember 1 forehand towards the end of the set. Well, it's either 2 sets or 3 sets. Semi-finals so far have been 2-setters. Interesting point. Thanks, Alberta Joseph Alexander. This just spices things up. It's great to see new faces progressing further in such big tournaments. I mean, the next biggest tournament is the Grand Slam. Masters, thousands are big. There are a few of them in the year, and I still wonder if any of these two can lift the trophy on Sunday. I think Yannick Sinner is probably the favorite to do the Sunshine Double. He's the winner at Indian Wells. He's in the semi-finals. It's only 7 men who have done that in the past. And 2 of them were my favorites when I was growing up as a kid. Jimmy Connors was first. And then there was Michael Chang. Sampras came after that. Federer was the first to do 2 in a row. But the Chang, Connors, Sampras, they only won once. So we've got the second set started. Lehečka forced backhand error. Head-to-head is in favor of FILS. Do you know if they have only played 3-setters? Yes, I do. First time they played was between nations, Czech Republic against France. And after FILS won that, he was 1 set down, came back to win the second and third set. Beautiful inside-out forehand from Lehečka, who's probably feeling the wrath now of FILS. I wonder if he's cooled down a bit. I would say it was probably more of an unforced error. Didn't look very powerful from the Frenchman. The second match was 2024. Gosh, I'm really going deep into the memory bank now. Oh, double hand backhand in the net. Not a bad double hand backhand return inside in from Lehečka from the deuce side. 2024, Lehečka beat FILS in 2 sets. FILS took the first set and came back to win the second and third set. But the most recent encounter was last month in Doha. No, it was, sorry, 2025. I think I've been mixing up 2025 and 2026 now. That's the thing about facts and stats. The most recent encounter, FILS won. That was in straight sets, 6-3, 6-3. Only ever met one another on hard court. Good return, cross court. That was aggressive from Lehečka, forehand in the net. Still game point for the Frenchman. First serve out wide, good placement, good power. And he takes the lead in the first set. Lehečka just cruising through. Oh, wow. It's those first serves that are just so deadly by the Czech. That's what he needs. That's what the Frenchman needs right now. Lots of first serves, good placement. Starting to get closer to the lines. Oh, good body serve. Return lands on the baseline. Lehečka opted out of moving forward. Tries a second time. FILS went the wrong way. Not the long way. So good. I just didn't expect Lehečka to be returning so well on that off the first serve. And this is another thing I just didn't expect. FILS to be making so many unforced errors with his forehand. So one day to another it can happen. Doesn't look tired. First serve out wide. That was a bit of a wild forehand return. Usually Lehečka. Second break point. What can FILS do here? Oh, great first serve out wide. That just took off a lot of pressure. Oh no, excuse me. It was a let. Tries to go to the same point of the court from the advantage side, going out wide, but it's long. I think long and wide. Kick into the backhand. Great return down the line. FILS with all the speed. Couldn't get there, and he's starting now. Threw his racket on the ground, caught it, and he just threw it towards his bag. I think this is one of those moments that it just makes tennis look a little bit ugly, unfortunately, when players start to lose their heads. It's never guaranteed that you're going to win every single match. You can only try your best, and Lehečka is just playing worldly tennis. He's consistent, very few unforced errors. He's dealing with a lot of pressure from FILS, but he's able to convert, and that's why he's in this position right now. My goodness, I just would have never expected this. No, it was Doha, no? Most recent. It was in Doha. FILS won 6-3, 6-3. They've only played once indoor. That was back in 2024, 2025, 2026. There were outdoor hard courts. First one was in Canada. Usually Lehečka won. And now recently in Doha. So Lehečka just feels really good on the North American continent when he's playing the Frenchman. Two-one. What a lead. That break was important. First serve's good. Wrong footing. FILS is just too quick. Completely pulled out of the court with a serve out wide from Lehečka. FILS felt the pressure. Was forced to dart back to the middle of the court. It was tickets for him. Lehečka knew if he just goes back to the forehand side, it would be an easy point. 15-love. Alexander Meyer. Das ist sehr deutscher Nachname. Did the commentators who know anything about tennis go on strike? This is the worst crew ever. They are completely on the side of FILS. FILS has made at least 15 unforced errors. Very good point at the end. Sliding to the net with his right foot in front. FILS puts the forehand volley away in the open court. That's how he has to play. He just needs to be aggressive. off his latest third or fourth shot in the rally. He needs to put pressure on Lehečka. I just feel like he's been holding back. Maybe it's a nervous thing. Oh, Lehečka tried to go big with that forehand. It goes long, 15-30. If I recall correctly, I think this is probably the second, maybe third unforced error for Lehečka on the forehand side. Great serve down the middle. He's got time. Inside in, forehand winner. Following it up to the net just in case it would come back. The placement was perfect. Never mind the power. Incredible. There we go. 13 winners for Lehečka, 12 for FILS, but only 6 unforced errors thus far. 13 for FILS, and he's losing his head. Oh, this is the ugly side of tennis and the thing that I don't like to see. I've always been the type of player that if it wasn't going well, I'd probably slam a tennis ball into the back fence. He takes it out on his racket. Attempted body serve is long. Out wide to the backhand, and the return is miles out. I think FILS has checked out against the Czech. I really wonder if Jiří Lehečka gave Menchik a call and asked for some advice. Probably inspired by how Menchik won this tournament last year in 2025, beating FILS and eventually Djokovic in the final. This should be an easy put away. Smash into the open court. 15-love. Or he just has bad luck against Czech players. But he has beaten Lehečka before. Just hasn't been able to do it on the North American continent. Another unforced error from the Frenchman. Oh, attempted kick serve. I don't know if that's the right time to be doing this. I know you got to change it up. Lucky. Huge let, bounced into the service block. Retake. Double and backhand cross court from FILS goes long behind the baseline. He's just handing this match over on a silver platter now for Jiří Lehečka. Did FILS just miss a routine second serve by 12 inches? Let's rave about his power and spin on his forehand as he misses one after the other. Good backhand volley down the line. Oh, wonderful forehand down the line on the run, Lehečka. My goodness, that was definitely going in, and FILS desperately tried to get there. He could only find the frame. I mean, you can't deny the stats, Alexander. He does have, on average, the fastest forehand on tour. And then, if I remember correctly, Diallo is in second. Cerundolo is joint fourth. He used to be right up there. This is the first serve out wide. Going to the backhand, inside in. Backhand return goes long. There was some extra bounce. That serve. But too often he's from behind and he has to fight back after a feast. It's not a good sign. Tried to do that in the opening game of the match and didn't work out for him. He lost that. He's lost a few service games, to be very honest. Good first serve out wide, but Lehečka's just loving that first return. Great backhand down the line, just goes long. Really, really close. See that pole is still swinging, still moving. Thank you, everyone who's contributing to this. It's probably I wonder what's going to happen if Lehečka can get this game. I'd probably say it's overs, but I think many people would have thought yesterday it was overs against Tommy Paul. Beautiful forehand inside in by FILS. Commentator had the honor 2 years ago. Was he in the top 50? This is not a skills contest. Winning the match is the goal. I don't know who you're listening to. Good first serve out wide. Managed to hold his service game. Make it 3-2. FILS, around this time last year, January, March, April last year, FILS got to the highest ranking of 14 in the world. Must have missed that one. And for Lehečka, his best was last year, September. He got to 16 in the world. But I think if they keep pushing, get to the final, they're going to be picking up loads of points. Really bump themselves up that ranking list, and probably even be rewarded if they can keep up that level. Still early days, we're a quarter of a year through almost, but I think that ATP finals will definitely be on the horizon. I think Medvedev's probably, I think he's in second or third position. Alcaraz still at the top of the list to be at the ATP finals at the end of the year. Three-two. Usually Lehečka to serve. Good serve out wide. The return. Forehand slice in the net. Good first serve out wide. Return is way out. Couldn't see it bounce. It's just in repeat mode for Lehečka. Great serving quality, especially that first serve. Beautiful again. Placement down the middle of the court, right in the corner. And single hand backhand return into the net. 54 seconds through this game. 3 game points for Lehečka. Another first serve. The return was short. Wrong-footed. Inside-out forehand return. Inside-out forehand winner. And it's 4-2, just over 1 minute. that game took. It says something. I'm just a little nervous to end the poll so early. I mean, after a feast was 4 match points down against Tommy Paul and managed to save them, and with 1 match point win the match that inevitably put himself in this position in the semifinals. That would be incredible if he could fight back. That was a good start. Serve out wide was an ace. As he goes down the middle of the court, he just misses the middle line. My question had an error. If Lehečka wins, his new ranking will be... Oh, good question. I haven't looked into that. Beautiful play. That was so much pressure with that double hand backhand cross court. Lehečka's got a good feeling at his opponent, read him like a book. He just knew that Atrofis was going to block a back single hand backhand down the middle of the court. What's the easiest thing to do? Just follow it up. Easy forehand volley put away. Just been too inconsistent. 14 games into this match and just too inconsistent. Better serve out wide. Forehand return down the line, just misses the baseline. 30-15. Renatret, servus. Was geht ab? Serve out wide is in the tram lines. Second serve. Lehečka is got 1 foot inside the court, inside the baseline. Steered the inside forehand return really well. Back it down the line. Forces Feast to slide on the forehand slide. They're in a forehand cross-court duel. Lehečka try to change it up and hit that aggressive forehand down the line. Only to find the doubles tram lines. 2015. Oh, easy placement. Forehand down the line. Atrofis just guessing the wrong way. Serve and volley attempt, but it was a great return. Low on the backhand side of Atrofis. Straight away, he was under pressure. Forehand winners for Lehečka, 10. Unforced errors, 5. It's on the forehand side. It's been solid today. Been very solid. Kick into the body, not a bad forehand return, falling backwards. Fee slices his forehand in the net, and it's another deuce. You just have to think now, there's no way coming back. I mean, I watched that third set tiebreak between Tommy Paul and Atrofis, and it's just a different level of tennis today. Let yeah. Alberto Joseph Alexander. I'm going to look into that. If you haven't already started looking, be interesting if he wins this. Taro backhand. Rally is out. Advantage Atrofis. First serve in the net. It's not good. Kick into the body. That was awkward. Oh, I mean, that has to go down as an unforced error. Feast had an opportunity. The court was open with the backhand down the line. The net was in the way. First serve, landing on the service line. The return from Lehečka is out. Like a bit of a mishit. Bit of a longish service game right now, going past 5 minutes. Oh, double fault. Who is he playing for? There again, what a statistic. Lehečka, 0 double faults. 2 for FILS. Kick into the backhand. It's a bit of a slow return. Another mishit for Lehečka with a forehand. Looking at his frame. Looking at his racket now. I think it had something to do with FILS' forehand. Yeah, just traveled a little quicker than normal. Caught Jerzy by surprise. First serve down the middle of the court. Return inside out. They're in a backhand cross-court duel. Still in the backhand cross-court duel. Just like they're warming up. No one's changing. No one's changing. Still going. Inside out forehand from FILS. Goes out. Just boils down to unforced errors today. The Frenchman just can't snap out of it. Always believe it's never over. Luck can change. There's also not enough first serves going in. Never going to put pressure on Lehečka, relying on that second serve. And a double fault again. Gifting Jerzy Lehečka breakpoint opportunity. If he wins this, he'll be serving for the match. Then it's got to be a done deal. And now he gets his first serve in. We're back to juice. The fifth one, to be exact. Forehand's down the line. FILS goes cross-court. Inside in forehand, but more in the middle from FILS. Not close enough to the lines. It's short from Lehečka. Double hand backhand in the net. Could just see his feet were not in the right place. It's another breakpoint opportunity for the Czech. It's a bit of a shame. Match feels a little bit deflated. FILS he just didn't pitch up today. Full of power, but lacking promise. Oh, what a return. Been absolutely dominating with that second return. Lehečka takes a comfortable 5-2 lead in the second set. And FILS just looks hopeless. A bit of a shame. Almost getting to 70 minutes in this match. And Jerzy Lehečka, gotta take your hat off. He came with consistency. He's been playing fantastic. The forehand's been really good. Yes, in the last game he hit a couple of mishits, but look again, he broke FILS. Bit of a revenge game from what happened back in Doha in the quarterfinals. So Jerzy Lehečka sitting in 16th on the men's ATP ranking after beating Martin Landeluce. I mean, that means if he wins this, he's probably going to be touching. He'll probably move to like 13th position. I wonder if he could sandwich himself between Casper Ruud in 12th and Koboli in 13th. Forehand in the net. Lehečka, return was cross-court. Forehand cross-court. Czech could have done a little bit better. Let's see what he does with the serve. FILS standing further back than normal. I don't know if that was on purpose, but after FILS, I think he did one hand, single hand backhand. He hit it straight into the ground. I think it hit his baseline. I think he wants out. He's standing so far back. Nice change-up of tactics, but it's a little late. Unless something changes here. Oh, double hand backhand. Hitting the baseline. They're in a backhand cross-court duel, but it looks like there's no pace. They're just in a backhand rally. Great backhand down the line. Oh, I think Lehečka missed the line. Yeah, he sure did. $15.30. Serve and volley attempt. Double and backhand return. I think it was connected with the frame. Probably strings and frame. Didn't look comfortable either. Probably credit to Lehečka. That serve is just... he's just on form. Pinpoint accuracy as well most of the time. Serve out wide is in the tram lines. Opting for placement more than power, only 114 miles per hour. Great serve, second serve onto the forehand. That looked like a mishit from Lehečka, but it lands inside the baseline. Both players using their forehands. Backhand cross court from Lehečka. Inside out forehand from FILS. Backhand down the line. Forces FILS to hit his forehand high and long. Lehečka, match point. Gosh, oh, the semi-finals, women as well, straight sets. Oh my goodness, and it's over with an ace out wide. Jerzy Lehečka is into his first Masters 1000 final, and he will probably have one eye on the next semi-final match that will be taking place in a few hours. As far as I believe, it's supposed to start in, 2.5 hours. This went too quick. 75 minutes. And it's over. FILS never came to the party, and the disappointment is written all over his face. Unfortunate. I really tipped him to win. I thought that win against Tommy Paul would have just fired him up. Ready for this match. A month ago he just beat Lehečka, probably thinking, got this in the bag. But just hear me out. Listen to these stats. It's another game, not a single double fault. His first match, second round, third round, fourth round, no double faults. It was only against Martin Landalusa that he hit two double faults in this whole tournament, and he's in the final. Serve quality 9.1 compared to Atrofis' 7.7. First serve percentage in 73% compared to FILS' 66. But off those serves going in, 82% points were won by Lehečka, where FILS had only 61. That's an incredible percentage. Even second serve points won, 50%. I mean, the scoreline, it's just unbelievable for a semi-final. Just got to take your hat off to Jerzy Lehečka. He did fantastically well. Incredible play by the Czech. Was steady. He played with composure. Dominated, of course, with the serve. But as I said, Atrofis, he just wasn't there. Playing with two left feet, sometimes just looked like he wasn't in the right position. And unusual, but he has struggled. That's the second time now that Atrofis has lost to Lehečka. Head-to-head ends 2-2. And those two matches that Jerzy has won has now been on that American continent. He owns the court when he steps on court. Jerzy Lehečka against Atrofis. Congratulations to Jerzy. He's in the final. Oh, and I'm so excited. Later, I'm going to be streaming the semi-final. Alexander Zverev is taking on Jannik Sinner. My goodness. I had been saying since the fourth round already, surely Jannik Sinner is the favorite to win. Surely. Anything can happen. Alexander Zverev is obviously a top player, and he will probably want to butt in and go, hey, don't forget about me. He's also in with a chance. But my goodness, you just think that he's already got one hand on the trophy. Surely Jannik Sinner can just continue this run. He probably had a near perfect match against Francis Tiafoe. Serving quality was right up there where Lehečka's is. Probably even better. I think Lehečka's 9.1 in this match. I think Sinner is probably closer to 9.5, 9.5. But that's going to be later. It'll be awesome to see everyone there. Maybe we could make it more interesting in the chat as well. Do a little bit more advertising. If you already are a subscriber, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. It also helps you to stay informed with what's going on. It can happen, unfortunately, that you're not near a television and you're unable to watch the game live, but you can always count on me. I can, through my eyes, convert what I'm visually seeing into verbal commentary to help you guys understand, and hopefully I can paint a picture in your mind of how these players are acting, how they're performing on court, how they're reacting to certain plays, and hopefully much more. So have a good one. Actually just want to make sure, because before I go, there it is. My pleasure, Alberto Joseph. Oh, my pleasure. Thank you so much. I really appreciate these positive comments. Yeah, still looks like it's so is that 12, 7? Trying to work that out in American time. Is that 7 p.m.? 7 p.m. American time. That's midnight here in Europe. But I'll be there like a bear. Bye. Ciao. Ciao, Roberta. Hope to see you guys at the next live. Take care.